Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're exploring a concept that I think often gets underestimated. It's the profound power of simplicity.
Right. It sounds simple, but it's quite deep.
Exactly. And we're going to unpack some really fascinating insights from this piece called The Echo of Simplicity. You know that feeling, right? When you're grappling with complex ideas, trying to get something intricate into clear language.
Oh, absolutely. All the time.
Well, this source we're looking at today, it captures that struggle really vividly. It says, if your words spiral like smoke and your thoughts tangle like vines. You've ever felt that way?
I think everyone has that feeling of mental fog almost.
Yeah. And the piece suggests this isn't just, a communication hiccup. It points to something much deeper.
That's what's interesting. It suggests it's not just a surface thing, but maybe a foundational gap.
A foundational gap. What's your immediate take on that?
Well, it's quite an astute observation, I think. The piece basically says, look, if you feel that tangle, it might mean you may know the forest, but not the roots.
Forest, but not the roots. Okay, unpack that a bit.
Think about it like maybe using an app on your phone. You know how to use it, right? That's the forest, the interface, the features.
Makes sense.
But do you understand the roots? Like the underlying code, the core logic, maybe the actual problem it was designed to solve in the first place.
Ah, okay. So a superficial understanding versus something deeper.
Exactly. And if you don't get those roots, your grasp is, it's limited. So this deep dive is really about understanding what it truly means to get those essential principles, whether it's tech or psychology or even, our own habits.
That forest and roots thing, really.
Oh.
Yeah, that hits home. So, okay, as we get into this deep dive then, our mission, let's say, is to explore how clarity in our thinking, in our communication, isn't just some nice-to-have skill.
Right. It's more fundamental.
It's presented as a genuine sign of, intellectual mastery. And that connects to this, honestly, quite striking line from the source. The sharper the mind, the softer the sentence.
Ugh, that's a powerful phrase.
It really is. It kind of challenges our assumptions, doesn't it? Let that sink in. Sharper mind, softer sentence. It suggests, that real brilliance doesn't need to be overly complicated.
It's easy to equate complexity with intelligence, but this flips that.
But then sometimes things are just complex, right? How does the piece deal with that? Is it just about being brief?
That's a really critical point. And no, I don't think it's just about brevity. It seems to speak more to a profound kind of clarity.
Okay, clarity, not just shortness.
Yeah. The implication is that true mastery isn't about presenting complexity. It's about being able to distill it, to simplify it.
Like that expert who can explain quantum physics simply.
Exactly. Or, a super complex financial market. Explaining it so a high school student gets it, that takes more than just knowing the facts. It requires, an absolute command of the core ideas.
Stripping away the jargon.
Right. Getting to the unvarnished truth of it. And the really fascinating part here, the kind of ultimate payoff the source points to, is that the very act of simplifying something for someone else actually leads to your own self-mastery.
Okay, wait. And in simplifying for others, you master yourself. That's the line, right?
That's the one.
That's where the magic happens.
Yeah.
It sounds a bit counterintuitive at first, but actually, it makes a lot of sense.
It does, doesn't it?
Because when you try to explain something, really explain it to someone else, you're basically forced to face the gaps in your own understanding.
Spot on. You suddenly realize where you've been relying on fuzzy logic, maybe, or assumptions you haven't really checked.
Yeah, it's like that saying, you think you know it until you have to teach it.
Precisely. The act of breaking it down, finding the perfect analogy or, the most fundamental point, it just inherently deepens your own grasp. It solidifies the knowledge for you.
So it's not just about giving information away.
Not at all. The piece really highlights how this process is, it's transformative for the person doing the explaining, too. It's like a journey of discovery that loops back and makes your own understanding richer.
Wow. Okay, so wrapping some of this up, this deep dive into the echo of simplicity, it really shows that true intellectual strength, that prowess, often shows up as this kind of elegant simplicity in how we express ourselves.
All captured in that phrase.
The sharper the mind, the softer the sentence.
Yeah.
And then there's this really beautiful idea layered on top, that simplifying complex things for other people is actually a powerful way to achieve profound self-mastery.
It really reframes the act of teaching or explaining. It's not just generous, it's self-beneficial.
Totally.
So this brings us to a question for you, for the listener, building on all this. If the truest sign of really getting something is being able to simplify it.
Right, if that sharper mind leads to a softer sentence.
And if simplifying for others helps you achieve self-mastery, well, then the question is, what complex topic or challenge, maybe in your own life or your work, what could you try to explain?
Explain in its most essential, most accessible form to someone
That's
else.
exactly. And just notice in doing that what new levels of understanding, what new mastery might you actually uncover about the topic and maybe even about yourself.